welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be showing you how to use this amazing Revlon hot air brush. I've been wanting this Revlon hot air brush for a really long time. I asked for it for Christmas because I was on a no spend vacation. I wasn't buying anything for myself, and my parents got it for me for Christmas and I was so excited. Normally I just do what every other girl does. You take your hair dryer and a combination of a flat brush and a round brush, and you're sitting there with two different things trying to do your hair, and I can't get down, holding the brush and turning the brush with one hand and then using the hair dryer with the other. It's a lot. And then afterwards, like, my hair, yes, it's dry, it does what it needs to do, and it's kind of straight-ish afterwards. It's usually still a little wavy, kind of frizzy. So then I go in with my flat iron afterwards to get the look that I want of straight hair that's not giant and poofy like a poodle, and that's not frizzy. So I actually heard about this. I was watching a bunch of videos one night on Facebook, like on the Facebook Watch, and some girl was using this. And I'm like, there's no way that she's gonna get her hair to look good with that by just using that and not having to go in with her flat iron afterwards. And she totally did. So read a bunch of reviews on it, people were loving it, talked to some of my friends who have it and they were loving it. So I'm like, all right, I need to get this sucker. It is magic. It is so amazing. It has replaced the need for a separate hair dryer, a separate flat iron, a round brush, a flat brush, any other brushes or combs that you might use. I have not straightened my hair with a flat iron since I've gotten this, which is really amazing. I also don't really style my hair a lot anyways. I don't use a lot of heat on my hair. I work from home and my hair is long. So for the most part, it's up in like some kind of a messy bun situation or it's braided. So I don't really style it that often anyhow. But this thing is really amazing because it's a brush. You can spin it and make it a round brush, and it's hot. It's a hair dryer. So it has 3 different settings on here. You're gonna see your cool, low, and high. The bristles are really nice. It's got 2 different kinds of bristles, so it does grab the hair and pull on it to get it straight, but it's not damaging your hair. It doesn't hurt your hair. I don't have a lot of hair loss from this brush at all. And what's also really nice is the fact that you can twist the brush and the cord just kind of swivels with it and it's not getting all wound up and everything. So that's really nice. And I also like how when I'm using the brush and I'm spinning it, that my hair is not getting stuck in it and getting knotty, because that was honestly one of my fears. I thought I was going to turn the brush and my hair would get stuck and I'd have to chop it off and I would just cry. So I'm going to show you guys how I use this for my hair. I've also found I get way more volume out of this than using my hairbrush, the round hairbrush and a blow dryer, or using my flat iron and kind of like pulling my hair up into the side. I found like this gives me way more volume. It also seems to make my hair softer and shinier, which could just be me being biased because I love this sucker so much, but that's what I think it does. So stay tuned and watch, and if you have one, let me know in the comments if you like it, if you hate it, if there's some kind of cool technique that you can do with it that I don't even know about yet. So here we go. All right guys, here is my hair in all of its wild and crazy glory. So I have not yet used the hot air brush today. I pretty much just let my hair air dry while I was doing my makeup and kind of answering some emails. So I personally have always let my hair kind of air dry a little bit before styling it, just because my hair is so long and just so thick that it could take a really long time to get it all dry. So I've also read other reviews where people prefer to have their hair either air dry or maybe they'll dry it a little bit with their blow dryer before using the Revlon hot air brush, but this has always been my process, so this is what I'm doing. So here is the amazingly beautiful Revlon hot air brush. It's just so incredible. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get to it. So I start out by sectioning off my hair into 3 large pieces, and I take the rest of the hair I'm not working with and just kind of wrap it around and clip it up on top of my head out of the way. Then the hair I'm working with, I split into 2 sections, one on the left and right, and then brush out to make sure there's no knots remaining. turn my Revlon hot airbrush onto high. And as you can see, it really passes through the hair very seamlessly, although it still pulls it nice and tight without pulling any hair out, which is really nice. What I'm doing to try to get the most volume is I'm going underneath the hair, getting as close to the root as possible, and lifting up and away from my head. I'm using a nice slow motion at the roots to really get that look that I'm going for. You'll also notice that I'm turning the brush and it's not getting any of my hair stuck in it. Then when I'm all done with one side, I do try to go into the ends and just try to curl it under as much as I can. I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. Get as close to my roots as possible under the hair and pull up and away from my head. And you can see where I'm holding at the top of the brush, that part of the brush is not hot. But if you were to put your hands near the bristles, that part is going to be very hot. And then I do the same thing on this side, gather all the hair together and try and curl it under at the bottom. And then I try and go for the back. Even though I am sectioning my hair into 2 large pieces, there's always something in the back that got missed, and I want to make sure all of the hair is getting dry evenly. Then I'm going to let the hair down and section the rest of it away so that I can work on just that middle section. I'm going to do the same process again. I'm going to split that middle section into 2 and have one large section on the left and one on the right. And you guessed it, I'm using the exact same process again, going up and away from my head, putting the brush underneath the hair. You can see I got immediate volume from those passes. I have found that turning the brush while you're going through a section of hair does also help to keep the hair nice and tight so that you're able to get it as straight as possible. And here we go again, the exact same thing right on the other side. You can see where it's gotten dry and then where there's still some pieces that are not. So I will go through and make multiple passes on a section of hair, but not right away because the hair will be hot to the touch. And I'm only using the brush on the underneath part of my hair. I'm not going on top of my hair with the brush at this time because I'm trying to get the hair to look volumized and not flattened out. And then I'm going to go for those back pieces again. I can't really hold the brush with 2 hands while going behind my head, but you'll see that the brush still does an amazing job at holding all the hair on place with the bristles. Then I'll let down that last section of hair on top and split that into two again, brush them through, and complete the drying process. And you'll see how frizzy my hair looks right there and how it's really wavy at the bottom. And after just one pass of the brush, it already looks a lot smoother. And holy volume. I am moving the brush through my hair much slower with this top section because this is a section of hair on the top of my head. I want it to look as nice as possible. So I will do multiple passes when needed. And just like I used with the other sections of hair, I'm going to try to curl those bottoms under a little bit. And now I'll move on to the last side. And I had some McDonald's arches there, so I'm going to go back in and try to fix that. And all I'm really doing is just feeling for pieces of hair that are still wet or still feel wavy to go over them again, and then curling the last bit under. Now I'm going to try and go for the back. Now because my hair is long, I was trying to move out of the way so that you would see the hot air brush go through my entire hair. Now what I'm going to do is try to part my hair on the side a little bit, and this is where I put the hair brush on top of my hair with that part, and that helps give some more volume on the top. And then on this side here, I'm using the part to go underneath my hair. And then the same thing on the other side, taking the brush on the top of the hair for the hair that's pushed over to the side, and then for the hair that's underneath, going underneath the hair. And you can see how that instantly just gives my hair so much more volume at the root. And then lastly, I'm going to go through the hair again, look for any pieces that are still wet, try to get them dry. And then what I do here is I'll take the brush, grab a section of hair, and then go underneath the hair and pull up and away from my head. And I'll do that all throughout the top of my hair so that it's not like I have giant volume in the front and then completely flat at the back. That is it. That is how I use the Revlon hot air brush to dry and style my hair. It doesn't make it like frizzy or staticky or anything like that. My hair feels nice and soft. I can run my fingers through it. There's no knots anywhere. It feels more volumized than it would just drying it with a regular hair dryer and a round brush, or using a flat iron and kind of trying to push the pieces up. So, and it just seems shinier. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But so that is the method that I use to dry my hair. I do kind of twist it a little bit at the bottom just to get a little bit of curl to the bottoms of my hair, because I do like my hair straight, but a little bit of curve at the bottom is nice. So that's how I use my hot air brush. So I hope you guys like this video. I think it's a super amazing investment to go and get this hot air brush if you don't already have one. So let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions. I'm going to link everything in the description box below. So make sure that you guys like this video and subscribe. Thanks!